What's going on, y'all? My name is Joltage, and today I welcome you to the LC SPL recap show, where I'm going to talk about the SPL season. Recap it. The regular season is done now, and I thought it'd be fun to take a look over everything that went down. Give some thoughts on how the season went. Thought it was a pretty good season, so. This is my face. Just kind of because I felt like it'll give you something else to look at during the thing, and I'm feeling myself a little bit today. What can I say? Anyway, let's hop right into it, shall we? We've got, with the standings, first of all, we've got Haysup at the top with 7-2 record. Really impressive. He's all alone up there with 2 more wins and 1 less loss than his next closest competitor, in Zorodark of the Bigs. Now, if you had told me coming into this season that Zorodark would finish with the second best record in LC, I wouldn't have believed you. But here he is with an impressive end to his season that he did have. After him, we've got a big chunk of people in at 5-4. Including ZF, Starmaster, OP, and Blara. Having so many people at just above 500 like we do really shows you how competitive LC was this season. All of these people finished with pretty respectable records, IMO. Below them, we've got Madoka at 4-4. Pretty solid season for first SPL season. I feel like it's a bit less than she came into the season. Like, her expectations, I feel like, were a bit higher than how she performed. But, it was a solid performance all in all. Below her, rounding out the top 8, we've got Mambo at 3-4. Mambo was definitely really entertaining to watch, and really prepped well when he had the time to do so. Just feel like he got a bit busy as the season wore on, because I don't know, I haven't seen Mambo around recently. Maybe that's just me. But there's your top 8. Now let's look at the bottom 8. There were actually 16 people who played LC this SPL, and here are the rest of them. Coming in at 9th, we've got Kingler Numbers of the Raiders, finishing at 3-5. Probably a lower record than he would have liked to have had this season, but it's still a pretty solid one. And you never really felt like he was actually out of any of these games. Really, definitely wasn't outclassed. So solid season to him, and stuff. Unfortunately, couldn't get as high a record as he probably wanted. Below that, we've got Fitzy at 2-3, who has slightly come back from an egregious start. Week 1 was good, but after that, he just kind of looked out of his depth. But it's good to see that he was able to at least pick it up a little bit after he got his second chance come the end of the season. Next up, we've got Tricking, who was one of the subs for Fitzy after being traded from the Tigers during mid-season. Did well, but I know he also was playing other tiers this SPL for the Scooters. After Tricking, we've got everyone who was unable to pick up a win this season, including Sken, Disenchanted, Hack, Mail, and Fat King. I mean, at least they played in SPL, right? Congratulations to everybody who did play, by the way. I know I haven't, so good on you for that. Maybe next year, but there's your standings, everybody. Now let's look at some of the usage stats this season. With our top 5 most used mons. No surprises here. We've got Mienfu coming in with nearly 50% usage. It was used on 43 of the 90 teams it possibly could have been used on, and ended up picking up a 41.86% win rate, which is slightly below 50%. But I mean, it's still not a bad win rate. It's just, you know, a bit lower than it probably would like it to be. Not that Mienfoo really is the type of thing that wants anything, seeing as it's a made-up thing. But anyway, coming in at number 2, again, no surprises. We've got Pawniard, picking up a very solid amount of usage itself with 38, nearly 39%. It does pick up a slightly above 50% win rate. So good for it. Proving it's definitely an effective member of winning teams. Third, we've got Diglett, picking up a solid amount of usage, nearly 30% of the usage. Just over 30% of the usage. And yeah, picking up a also got itself a below 50% win rate, but it's just below 50%, so it's not like it's really that large a difference. Diglett was still an effective member of teams it was on. I'd say some games more than others, obviously, but I mean that's the case with all Pokemon, isn't it? At 4th, we've got Fungus with a very respectable 27, nearly 28% usage, and a really strong, especially for how much it was used, 64% win rate. I was actually really impressed by that stat. As you know, as much as it was used, it won most of its games, so good on it. Definitely proves to be an effective mon on winning teams, even though I hate that thing. It's really annoying, but can't deny its effectiveness, can I? And rounding up the top 5, we got Porygon with just under 27% usage, and also a very respectable 58% win rate. Yeah, so no surprises here really in these top 5 most used mons. These are mons you expect to be up here in a high-level tournament type play, and these are the mons you see. Let's look at some other notable usage stats here, starting with the mon that took this SPL by storm in Drifloon. Now, if you had told me before the season that Drifloon would take up 20% of the usage, I'd be like, why? But, you know, it proved why. It's really annoying and really good at stalling shit out. So, good on it. Got 20% usage, picked up a 50% win rate. So, all in all, really solid season for the little guy. And yeah, looking at some other mons, we've got Timber picking up the highest win rate of all fighting types, and among the highest win rates total, actually. Not a whole lot of usage from it, only 13% usage, which, I mean, isn't bad. That's like it's like 11. It's like 11 usage, 11 or 12 usage. Yeah, no, it's like 12. It's like it was used like 12 times. But yeah, I mean, not bad usage, not like super high though. It was the 3rd most used fighting type, I believe, but it did get the highest win rate. So let's look at the other Trapper here. We've got Gothita with a very solid 21% usage and a 57.89% win rate. So it's clearly better than Diglett, and I don't know why we're suspecting Diglett, right, guys? But in all seriousness, Gothita was a very useful member to teams it was on, and that's clear by its win rate and the win rate of these common partners that we're about to see in Corphish as well as Shelder, both picking up 75% win rates, which are quite impressive. Each was used 8 times apiece, which isn't that much, but they still won 75% of their games, so you know that's really impressive. Yeah, but not quite as impressive as this one. We've got Omanite with 100% win rate. Only used 7 times, but still 100% win rate's 100% win rate. Well, with more than like 1 usage, obviously. But yeah, good on that. So as you can see, strong water type sweepers are good. Who'da thunk? No, but in all seriousness, Omanite wasn't always its Shell Smash variant. We saw the spike set, like the lead set, a couple of times. I think at least once, and it still proved to be an effective member of teams it was on. But speaking about notable win rates, we've got Ghastly with we all know Ghastly's good mon. Before this SPL season, it was thought to be the best ghost in LC, but how did it do? Well, it got 0 wins, which not great for Ghastly. It's probably a season it wants to forget. It's not to say it's a bad mon, but it just never ended up on a winning team. So yeah, really disappointing season for Ghastly here. Let's hope he can pick it up when he gets to LCPL coming up here. But yeah, speaking of more slightly disappointing win rates, next up we've got Spritzy and Ponyta getting a 37.5% win rate. They weren't used a whole lot. Neither was Ghastly either, actually. But they also didn't win a whole lot. And yeah, these are all three of those mons are really good, in general play, but for some reason they just couldn't perform as well this SPL season for whatever reason. Who knows? But yeah, so those are my notable usage stats. If you found any yourself that you think are interesting, feel free to comment with something there. I don't know. But yeah, now moving on to the Joltage Awards, the most prestigious LC SPL awards in history, because they're the only ones. But yeah, we got the Joltage Awards. I'm sure everyone who wins these will feel very proud of themselves, put these on their resumes, all of that. But in all seriousness, these awards that I'm about to hand out are just my opinions on just what I liked to see over the season. And yeah, I mean no ill will to anyone who doesn't win an award here. It's just my thoughts on stuff. But let's hop right into them, shall we? We've got, first up, the Best Bargain Award. Now this is an award for the player who was picked up for a small amount of money and I feel was just represented the most value for that money that they were picked up for. Obviously you've got both Starmaster and ZF going for 3K here and picking up a above 500 record, both at 5 and 4. Both would be deserving of this award. However, I decided to go in a slightly different direction and gave the award to Sken of the Bigs. Congratulations to him. Sken was picked up mid-season for 3K, just like Starmaster and ZF were in main auction. But I feel like he was a really valuable behind-the-scenes guy for his team. I feel like he was one of the main reasons Zoroark was able to finish the season as strongly as he did. He got unlucky in the one game he was actually able to play, but definitely performed well and shows good value IMO here. So yeah, congratulations to Sken. Moving on to the next award, we've got Most Entertaining. This is an award for the person who's I was most looking forward to watching each week. I was first and foremost a spectator this SPL. Yeah, I was commentating stuff, but I wanted to watch entertaining games. I want to watch good games. So yeah, so this went to the person whose teams I like the most, whose just battles were not snore fests, and I enjoyed watching most throughout the season. And this is going to go to both Mambo of the Wolfpack and Blarjan of the Sharks. They both brought the most interesting teams IMO. And yeah, we're just really entertaining to watch this season, and are both in the playoffs and playing each other. So that should be a cool game. I hope they don't disappoint there. But yeah, congratulations to both of these guys. I'm sure they're really excited to collect this award. Moving on, we've got Battle of the Season. Now, there were 45 LC battles this SPL season, and if you missed any of them, check them out on my channel. Got playlists. They're sorted by weeks, everything except the Except the Madoka Zoroark game from week 4. I couldn't get that one because the replay was dead and I didn't catch it live. So, but yeah, literally every other game I've got. So if you missed them, you can watch that. Or I guess you could go to the replays thread, but that's lame. Give me views, people. Anyway, I kid. But anyway, of those 45 battles, 2 really stood out to me as worthy of this award. One of them being the Skin Hace-Up game from week 7. And I wasn't able to catch that one live, but even when watching the replay, I was really enthralled by the game. It came really down to the wire and ended on the last turn crit of Skin's Pokemon to allow Hace-Up to win. It was a really good game that I enjoyed watching, but it wasn't quite good enough to get this Battle of the Season award, which is instead going to go to a game I was able to catch live, and that is Fitzy versus Starmaster. In week 1, this was a really good game. IMO, both players brought really strong teams. I thought they both played pretty well, and in the end it came down to Fitzy's Carvana having the wrong HP number 1, but number 2, Starmaster just playing well when he making the right plays when he needed to outlast the Carvana and take it down. But yeah, that was a really good battle, and congratulations for Battle of the Season, both of you. Alright, moving on to the next award. This is our penultimate award. It's the most impressive. Now, this is really arbitrary. It's just who I was impressed with the most during the season. And I've talked about him a little bit in this show already. And he really finished the season strong. We've got Zoroark of the Bigs. Like I said earlier, I was not expecting much from Zoroark heading into the season, but he really showed his stuff. IMO. I've been saying that a lot. Sorry about that. But he really showed his stuff down the stretch, really came into his own. And yeah, I was just really impressed. I hope to see Zoroark in future LC tours. Not just like Grand Slam or anything, but like like LCPL hopefully, and just other stuff like that. Definitely a great competitor. And yeah, congratulations to Zoroark for picking up the Jolted award for most impressive. And last but not least, well, obviously, it's the most important award, some would argue. It's the most valuable LCer award. This just goes to the person who was the best this year, and that clearly goes to Hace-Up of the Classiest. Hace-Up finished far and away the best with the best record, and really was just looked really strong the entire year. Yeah, just congratulations to Hace-Up. He definitely deserves this award. He helped his team sew up the #1 overall seed for these playoffs that are about to happen. But yeah, congratulations to all the Joltage Awards winners. It's a real tough job to decide who would win all of these, but I'm pretty happy with I'm pretty happy with the people I decided to hand these awards out to. But yeah, speaking of playoffs, though, let's look ahead to the playoff matchups. We've got Hace-Up versus Madoka in one of the first round matches, and we've got Mambo versus Blarishan in the other. I'm not really one for predictions, so I'm not going to make one, but I will say good luck to both the to all 4 competitors and all 4 teams that have made it this far. Congratulations on making it this far as well. May the best player and teams win. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up the recap show for me. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up. Sorry, I just had a brain fart there. But yeah, if you liked it, please feel free to leave a like, comment with any feedback you have. Like, what are your, did you find any interesting usage stats? Who would win your version of the Joltage Awards? And who do you think is going to win these playoff matchups? Yeah, music was provided by the soundtrack of Transistor. Transistor is a good game. I recommend playing it. If for no other reason, the soundtrack is quite nice. IMO. But other than that, guys, my name is Joltage, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.